It's 8 o'clock already. Sorry. I forgot I didn't have it set up. When you hop on, let me know. I get it a couple minutes since I was late getting on here. Hopefully, we won't have problems tonight. I was about ready to give up, but then I watched my playback and it was all there. So, all right, I'm going to get started. It's 8 o'clock. Hopefully, everybody will find me. I was a little later getting on tonight. Okay, I'm going to go through my business part and then we're going to get started. If you're not working with a current demonstrator and would like to have a copy of our catalog, let me know. I will be glad to send it to you along with a color chart that I had printed out for you. And our online exclusive, this is what came out July. And tomorrow only is free shipping of $75 or more. So it has to be before tax and before tax. Okay, hi Tina. So free shipping tomorrow on orders of $75 or more. Okay? All right, so we're going to get started. The first one I am going to be making is something like this. And thank you for sharing, Tina. And this is using our plastic envelopes that our dies come in. Okay, so don't throw them away. Our dies come in two different sizes. The small ones, like I'm showing you, or see if I have one here, or we have these bigger ones. Okay, and you can do the same thing. What I do is, if it goes with the stamp set, I get magnetic sheets and I include it in my stamp set. That way, if I decide to sell these stamps, the dies would be with them. Now, I didn't do it with everything. I just started doing it a little bit ago. So I have so many dies, I got to find the stamp sets to go with it. So that's that. So don't throw these away if you decide to use the magnetic sheets, because then you can use them for card holders. And I did this one. This one I did before. I think I demonstrated it once before, and this is the one I demonstrated. Okay, so we're done. Focus on Christmas. And this is the one I did that I was going to show you on Friday night, and we were having so much trouble. So I'm going to show you how to do that tonight. And I'm also going to show you how to make this box with a lid. Okay. Right now I have 6 cards in there with 6 envelopes. So I'm going to show you how to make this. The lid fits very tight. The paper I'm using tonight is the Winter Meadow. This is an online exclusive paper. You will not find that in the book, as far as I know. Let me just double check. Hold on. I don't want to tell you something wrong. Go back here. Dies. I'm looking for the paper. Huh. I'm looking. Oh, here it is. Oh, Deb. Yeah, Winter Meadows is in the catalog. I'm sorry, it is not online. You can get that out of the catalog. Okay, so we're going to start with this. This piece is 5.5. No, I'm sorry, 5.25 by 6. That is going to go right on top. Okay, so I'm using tearing tape. This is going to be the quickest one tonight. The other one, I had to put the box and lid together. But I'm just taking this tearing tape, putting it on all four sides. Okay, and I'm also putting one down the middle. I really wouldn't have to because you're putting it on plastic and tearing tape seems to stick very well. Hopefully I won't freeze tonight when I'm doing this. Okay, and if you're using designer series paper, make sure if it's directional, you get it to go the way it's supposed to. And then I am gonna, whoops, I didn't want to do that yet. I need to put that right up on the end and over. You can put it all the way down to the end here if you want. Okay. Then I took Blueberry Bushel, which is the blue that's in here. This is 1.25 by 5.25. That's going to get laid there. This is 1. I'm sorry, this is 1. This is 1.5 by 5.25. This is 1.25 by 5.25, and that's just going to lay on top there. And then this is 1 by 5.25, and that'll lay right there. And I went ahead and stamped, hoping your home is filled with the spirit of season. So we're just going to put glue on this piece. We're going to lay it across. We're going to take this is Garden Green. That's Blueberry Bushel. And that's just going to lay in the middle. You're going to have the Blueberry Bushel on the top and bottom. And then the sentiment. And that'll get laid there. And that goes end to end, just like the rest. Okay? Now I went ahead and I cut a garden green tree out of the Marius tree dies. There's 3 different ones that make a whole tree, and then we have this that you could make it a 3D where you could put that on top to stand it out, or you can use it as a real small tree. And we're going to lay that right here, and I'm going to put that up on dimensionals. And I'm going to put my dimensionals on the flap here. And that is all I'm doing with that. Now, on this one, I did a belly band, okay? And this is 1 inch by 12. 1 inch by 11. And you wrap it around, and it just fits. And then I put the tree over where it overlaps. Okay, so then if you want to see, let me get my cards out of this box. I have 6 cards and 6 envelopes, okay? Now, it might be too many for this, but we'll see. All right, 6 cards and 6 envelopes fit in there too, okay? And like I said, you can put it all the way up here. You can make your paper to cover the whole thing. But yeah, that would be the first project. Okay. For the second one, you need a piece of, I'm using basic white, okay? It is 8.5 by 9 7/8. That is your bottom, okay? For your lid, it is 7 1/16 by 8 7/16. Those measurements are very important because the first one I made, I read it wrong and I made the lid too big. All right, so then get my board here. You're going to score 1 and 2, 1 inch and 2 inch on all 4 sides. So 1, 2, turn it. 1, 2, turn it. I already have mine scored, so 1, 2, turn it, and 1 and 2. Okay, that is your bottom. For the top, you want to score at 5/8, so it would be 5 of those notches there if you're using the scoreboard. So it's 5/8 and 1 1/4, and you're going to do that on all 4 sides. 5/8, 1 1/4, 5/8, 1 1/4. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. 5/8 and 1 1/4. That is your lid. The first, I don't know if you were on. I didn't catch you if you came on when I was showing this, but I showed you how to take our plastic envelopes that our dies come in and make a card holder. And I did this one. I have this one, and then I have the one that I did before. This one. Okay. Now I'm making a box, and they will hold. This will hold 6 cards with 6 envelopes. Okay. All right. We're going to score on all 4 sides at the score marks. Okay. And then we're going to do some cutting. Hi, Deb. Welcome. I am going to cut on the second score line from the end here up to the second score line here. Okay. And then I am going to cut here on the edge to the first score line, and then cut that off, and then cut this off, and then we're going to trim the corners a little bit, and this side, and just up to the first score line. Okay, so we're going to cut there, and then I'm going to cut this off to make it easier for you. You're going to cut that section off, And then you want it to look like that, okay? So we're going to do the same thing. Cut up to the second score line, remove, cut up to the second score line, and remove the first square. Okay, and then just miter the corners here. Okay, cut up to the second score line, cut this off, the two squares, and cut this one off, and miter the corners. Get rid of this, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so your box, bottom of your box should look like this. Okay, so now we're going to glue. For the tabs here, we're going to put some glue on. You can use glue, you can use tear and tape. I'm going to use tear and tape, my glue's acting up again. We're just going to take tear and tape here. You want something strong. I work with my liquid glue all the time. And then I am going to put tear and tape on the outside of all four corners. Okay. So now we're going to take the tear and tape off the tabs. If you have any hanging over, just slide it back in there. Okay. Going to bring this up, and this first flap is going to attach the tabs. So you're going to have the top part where we put the adhesive standing up. And you want to make sure the corners are straight and even. Tear and tape is quicker because you don't have to hold until the glue takes effect. Okay. So then we're going to take the tear and tape off of our sides. Throw that away. And we're just going to fold these over to the inside. And that is the bottom of your box. Okay. And like I said, 6 cards will fit right in there really nice. You could probably get 2 more. Okay. So that's the bottom. And the top. And the top, you're going to cut it the same way, but we're going to fold on the score lines. Okay. And now we're going to cut the corners the same way. Going to cut up to the second score line, and we're going to cut this part off. Up to the second score line, and cut the bottom one off. Okay. And then we're going to miter the corners. Like so. Up to the second. Cut off those two squares. And cut up and cut off. And miter the corners. Okay, and we're going to turn around here. And we're going to do the same thing. Okay. Cut up. Second score line. Cut the two squares off. Cut to the first score line and cut that square off. And miter the corners. And we're going to throw this away. And it should look like this. Same as the bottom. Okay. So, going to do the same thing. Put a piece of tear and tape here. Okay, and then we're going to put on the outside flap on all four corners. Because it's going to be the same. It's going to be laid over like the bottom. Last one. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to put this together. We're going to take off the tabs of the four corners. Okay. And like the same, you're going to line that up on the corner there on all four sides. Okay. Then we're going to take the adhesive off of the lid, the corners. Okay. And they get folded over just like the bottom. Or, yeah, the bottom. Okay. Now we're going to decorate. I went ahead and I cut designer series paper, and it's from the Winter Meadow Okay. And I'm going to lay that on the top here. Now, if you wanted, you could take and put I use Night of Navy. Night of Navy is not in this color palette of the paper. Misty Moonlight and Misty Moonlight. And Misty Moonlight just didn't look like it was the color. So I went ahead and did Night of Navy. So I could put a piece of Night of Navy underneath this. I went ahead and I cut two of the trees from the Merriest Trees. It would have been this one here in Night of Navy. So I'm going to put this on. And I'm just going to use my glue for the top here. Okay. And for the trees on this one here, I used a dauber to highlight in the Lost Lagoon. This is Lost Lagoon, and I took Lost Lagoon ink and I went around. For this one, let me get my daubers. And my white one and my white craft pad. And I am gonna put some white around the trees. And we're going to do it for this one here. You could use your blending brush to do this. And that'll go there. Okay, let's close this up. So we're going to glue these down. Put one there. And we'll put one there. I went ahead and stamped a Night of Navy on a piece of scrap paper. Hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. And I am going to take my snips, cut in the middle, and I usually go side to side. I don't want that big of a point, so I'm going in a little further. Okay, the same way with this side. Okay, and we're gonna put this on dimensionals. This would be a nice gift to give. I would say if somebody had a birthday in, between now and the holidays, or between now and Christmas, that way they could send these Christmas cards out, because that's what's inside here. And then you put your lid on. And there you have a card holder. And like I said, I have 6 cards in there. You could probably get away with 8, okay, with envelopes. I'm just getting some stuff out of my way. Clean up here. And I'll bring this box back in. You don't have to use white. You can use your different color cardstock. And then I'll bring these back in so you can see these holders. Okay. That's all I have for you today. I just want to remind you, tomorrow is free shipping on orders $75 or more. So if you need anything, go to my website. I would love for you to order from me if you're not working with a current demonstrator. You can go to my website, deblehigh.stampinup.net. If you have any questions, you can email me at dkl333@comcast.net. But I just want to remind you, this starts tomorrow, okay? And it's only one day only. $75 or more, okay? And don't forget, comment, like, and share my video. If you're not a subscriber, hit that bell. That way you'll know I'm on. Your name will go into a drawing on Friday. I'm giving away 6 items to 6 different people because of my birthday last Wednesday. And we had a glitch in the system. I did not have any messages. I didn't know who was on. So I've been writing everything down. So your name is already on, Deb and Kathy. So I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. And I will be back Wednesday at 8 o'clock with scrapbooking. Not sure what I'm doing yet. I didn't even sit down to think about that. But I will put these on my Facebook business page. If you're not a subscriber on that, I urge you to subscribe. That way you'll know when I post something or when I have a video. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful week. And I'll see you back here Wednesday.